The New York Jets just released Brandon Marshall upon his request. This move saves the Jets $7.5 million that they were going to pay him next year. Brandon Marshall turns 33 next year.
Yeah.
So I think Brandon Marshall saw the writing on the wall. Because look they already released Nick Mangold. They released Darrell Revis. And combine those two guys with Brandon Marshall, they're saving $45 million in cap space. So they're gutting their veterans.
Yeah.
And they're complete rebuild mode right now. So I think Brandon Marshall saw the writing on the wall, and he asked for his release because one, I think they were going to release him anyway because they weren't going to pay him that, and he's turning 33 next year, so he wants to play for a contender next season because he's going towards the end of his career. So, Sean, do you think that's what it was, that Brandon Marshall saw that he was, they're releasing all these guys, and that's why he asked for his release?
Yeah, because Brandon Marshall.
It's too obvious, right?
It's too obvious. Like,
that's exactly what I thought. Once they released Revis, after
it was done.
I was like, that's it.
Yeah, the Jets
they're rebuild mode right now.
The Jets are pretty much in the tank mode, right?
Oh, they're going to tank like a motherfucker next year.
I feel like it, and I feel bad for the coach, but I feel like they're in the rebuild stage. They're going to tank and get rid of your star players. These guys, and he's old, right? Nick Mangold, Darrell Revis, and Brandon Marshall are all in their past their prime. Let's get real here.
Now,
so I'm not surprised at all.
Now, I would say this for Brandon Marshall as opposed to Mangold and Revis. Well, Mangold still has a lot to offer, and he'll be on a good team next year.
Yeah.
But Brandon Marshall's a freak of nature. He could still go at an elite level right now, at least for the next year, possibly two. So let's get into where Brandon Marshall will play next year. All right, Sean, I'm going to read off some names, some teams, and let me know if you think it's a good idea. All right. Okay. So here's what I got. I got the Arizona Cardinals as a destination. Because he's looking for a contender to win this next year or two. So
makes sense.
Cardinals make sense to me. You go there, you get paired up with Larry Fitzgerald. Do you think that's a good fit? Do you think it'll happen?
It's not a bad fit. I like it. Now, I'm not sure if the Cardinals are going to go for that. Because why they need to go young. Like, no offense, I know they're in the win now situation, but they need to get some players. And I know we talked about this the other day, maybe with Alshon Jeffrey, but I don't know. I'm not feeling the Cardinals. I feel like they could spend their cap somewhere else. They still have other free agents they need to sign. I'm not feeling that too much, honestly.
I like it because, look, the Cardinals, their quarterback is old. Their other wide receiver is old. So if they're like, let's win a title this next season or the season after, that's our 2-year window. You get Brandon Marshall, who's a freak of nature.
Possibly.
So I think that could work. Now, here's another name that's being thrown out like wildfire. My bad. It's really late. The New England Patriots. That name is being thrown out like a motherfucker. So what do you think? Do you think the New England Patriots pick him up?
Tom Brady with Brandon Marshall, that's scary, honestly. Brandon Marshall, as long as he's healthy.
It'd be like Randy Moss, maybe?
Holy shit.
When he was there?
That's true.
A stud elite receiver.
That's what kind of scares me a little bit, because I feel like the Patriots offense could have been even better this year if they had actually some better receivers. No offense to Edelman. He's a great receiver. Besides that, there's not really much else after him, after Rob Gronkowski got hurt. So it'd be interesting to see. I can see the Patriots going after him because I think Brandon Marshall will take a pay cut to go to the Patriots.
Yeah, even though the Patriots do have the cap space. I mean, their total receiving core, together, all their salaries combined, $19 million. So that's nothing. That's not. I mean, think about it. Antonio Brown just got like a $17 million a year contract, or $18 million a year contract. So they have the money, but the only thing is, will they do it? I could see that happening, but I hope not. Because let's continue to another team that he might go to, the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that would be a great fit. Also, Brandon Marshall going to Kansas City Chiefs because they are a definite Super Bowl contender next year, I think. So you pair up Brandon Marshall with Travis Kelce and Hill.
And Macklin.
and Jeremy Maclin, that's a crazy receiving core.
That's pretty good.
And if they're really thinking about taking out Alex Smith and putting in a Tony Romo, that's been a rumor out there.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
I don't see that. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. We've talked about this before in our previous videos, so if you haven't watched them, go watch them. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm not going to get into details about that. That would be interesting, though. Brandon Marshall with those guys, they do need another receiving threat because pretty much all they had, because Jeremy Maclin actually got hurt this past year. He was hurt most of the year. All they had was Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. So they need another weapon. And I do like that pick. I do.
That could fit.
But I'm still not feeling it. I'm not feeling it.
All right, so what about this then? The Seattle Seahawks. Put him up there with Doug Baldwin. Okay. And the tight end.
Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham. Let's put it with Jimmy Graham and Doug Baldwin.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett's out there. I could see that. I could see that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind that. Russell Wilson does need that because honestly, besides Jimmy Graham, they don't have a red zone threat, and Brandon Marshall is a red zone threat.
Hell yeah, just throw him the damn ball.
Just throw him the ball, and he could fucking jump over 3 guys.
You got.
It's a great receiver.
Hell, when you get into the red zone, you got Jimmy Graham to worry about, you got Brandon Marshall to worry about, and then Doug Baldwin.
Who are you going to double team?
He's really stepped up these last couple of years.
Who are you going to bet that extra safety on? You can't put that extra safety on anybody at that point.
That could put the Seahawks over the top, especially out of the NFC. Who knows?
Maybe.
But here's my last team that he could possibly go to because, again, we're looking for Super Bowl contenders where he can win. He's going to be 33 this next season.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere else.
Here's my last team and probably my favorite one, the Dallas Cowboys. Could you see Brandon Marshall wearing that star on his helmet?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that, Josh. Yes.
Why not?
I could because first off,
I don't see why not.
Why not? Because we have Dez Bryant, and we could definitely use Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall, fuck.
First off, Terrence Williams is a mediocre receiver. He's done good for us, but we do need another guy that
a freak of nature wide receiver
exactly
you can do anything with.
And we're pretty much only a couple games out of the Super Bowl, which we were one play away from possibly going to the NFC Championship game.
Right.
And so now we have these rookies that are a little more seasoned.
Mm-hmm.
I think if Brandon Marshall comes to Dallas, that would be fucking sick.
If Brandon Marshall,
man.
I mean, so
that's
if Brandon Marshall goes to any of these teams,
that's my favorite.
That could put any of these teams over the top. So, you guys, let us know which one do you think would be a better fit: the Arizona Cardinals, the New England Patriots, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Seattle Seahawks, or the Dallas Cowboys, or maybe you have a different team in mind for Brandon Marshall. But again, Brandon Marshall will sign with a Super Bowl contender.
He has to.
That's his idea. Even if he has to take a little bit less money, I see him going to one of these 5 teams.
Why would he not?
So I know you would love the Dallas Cowboys. Any one of them will put that team over. Could put that team over the top. But I would like to see Dallas Cowboys because playing fantasy football, having Dez Bryant and Brandon Marshall on either side.
That's dangerous.
And we'd go to a couple of them games.
Legit fucking team.
We'd go a game or two if that happens.
At least one or two.
Against the Giants.
Always go. Ooh.
Seeing Odell Beckham, Dez Bryant, and Brandon Marshall in the same game. That would be sick.
Holy shit, dude.
But Brandon Marshall released from the New York Jets, ending his 2-year stint over there. Jets obviously are going to tank, and they're in rebuild mode. Brandon Marshall, he'll be looking for a contender next year to get that Super Bowl ring. So we'll see what happens with
I'm excited.
where he signs. And when he does sign, we'll talk about it some more. So, So let us know what you guys think where Brandon Marshall might be going.
Let us know. Did you like our video?
And check out some of our other videos. And please be sure to subscribe to us right here on the Sports Fury. Do it.